All right, guys, positive externalities and market failure. So let's suppose now I have a market and I want my demand to hopefully be equal to my marginal private benefit, the added benefit from each added quantity to the consumer, and hopefully my supply is equal to marginal private cost, the added cost that it takes the company to produce these different quantities, or as it produces an extra quantity. And now let's suppose, however, though, that there are benefits to other people. And so there are benefits to other people from these goods or services. Then the marginal private benefit here doesn't represent the total benefit to society, to people generally. This would be the marginal social benefit. Pardon me. And so if we trade here, which we will when we're just looking at how much are consumers willing to pay versus what's the cost to the company. Well, if we look here, then the quantity is going to be down here, but there's still this point where the benefit to society is bigger than the cost of making the good. So ideally, we want to be here because that's where the total added benefit ends up meeting the total added cost is up here at that higher point. So ideally, we want the market trading up there, but because this is socially optimal. But without some incentive, it's going to be trading down here because that's where people's willingness to buy actually equals people's willingness to sell to cover the costs of production. And so the typical solution would be we want a subsidy to make up this gap so that we can push the market to actually be producing at that level that we ideally want, that level at which we are at which it's socially optimal because we've covered all of the quantities at which the added benefit to society is bigger than the added benefit than the added cost of production. That's market failure from positive externalities and the typical answer of let's plonk a subsidy on that product.